Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack those mind-numbing corporate filings and turn them into something you can actually understand. And today we've got a real gem from Onar Holding Corporation, a company that seems to be making some interesting moves behind the scenes. So what exactly is Onar Holding Corporation up to? Well, this is a current report, a Form 8K, that tells us about some pretty significant changes happening right now, specifically with their leadership team. It's like a behind the scenes look at who's calling the shots and what that might mean for where the company is headed. When the big news dropped on July 29th of last year, this is the company that trades under the ticker Onar, and if you're into the stock market, you might have seen this name pop up. The main event here is all about changes in the board of directors. Think of the board as the group of people who oversee the company and make sure it's running well and doing what's best for the owners, the shareholders. Onar's board decided it was time to shake things up. They brought in 3 new members, and this announcement tells us who they are and a bit about their backgrounds. This also means the board went from 5 members to 6. It's a pretty clear signal they're looking for fresh perspectives and maybe a different strategy. First up, we have Mark Guzzett. Mark's background is pretty interesting. He was the CEO of a company called Theta Ray, which deals with software that helps monitor money going across borders. That's a pretty tech-focused and likely complex area. Before that, he had a big role at another company called Nice Cyber and Intelligence Solutions, and he even led a telecommunications company called Skyvision. From its very early days to a company operating in over 50 countries, he's also held roles in several other tech and telecom companies. This suggests he's got experience growing businesses, especially in the tech world. Next, we have Scott Kaufman. Scott brings a wealth of experience, especially in leadership. He was the chairman and CEO of MDC Partners, a big advertising company, for over a decade. The report mentions he's been the CEO of 10 companies and served on 28 boards, even chairing 6 of them. He's currently a chairman for 2 other companies, Nola AI and BioY. It's also worth noting he recently stepped down as chairman of the ALS Association and was on the board for Austin City Limits, showing a broader interest outside of just pure business. His resume screams seasoned executive with a lot of board experience, which is exactly what you want when you need someone to guide a company. And the third new director is Reda Rad. Reda has a strong background in advertising, currently leading a global advertising agency network called TB Juilliard. He's been with them since they started as a co-founder in 2000. Working his way up to Group Chief Executive Officer. This means he understands building and managing a brand and marketing crucial in today's competitive landscape. Now, an important little detail here is that none of these new directors got their spot because of some special deal with someone else. They were chosen on their own merits, which is how it should be. Let's talk about what these new directors are getting. For their service as board members, they'll each receive $12,000 a year. On top of that, the company will cover their expenses, like if they have to travel for board meetings. And here's something really interesting. They're also getting an initial grant of $20,000 worth of what are called restricted stock units. These are basically promises of company stock that they'll get after a certain period or if certain goals are met. It's a common way to align the interests of the board with the long-term success of the company. If the company's stock price goes up, they benefit. It shows the company wants them invested in more than just their annual fee. So I've agreed an initial grant of $20,000 worth of what are called restricted stock units. These are basically promises of company stock that they'll get after a certain period, or if certain goals are met, it shows the company wants them invested in more than just their annual fee. Another standard but important note is that none of these new directors have any personal financial stake in any deals the company is currently doing or planning. This keeps things clean and ensures their decisions are for the good of the company, not their own pockets beyond their compensation. And finally, signing off on this report is Claude Zdana, who holds the title of Chief Executive Officer. This means the CEO is signing off, confirming these changes are official. So what's the big picture here? Onar Holding Corporation has brought in 3 individuals with strong backgrounds in technology, global business, and advertising. Mark Gazzette's experience in growing tech companies, Scott Kaufman's extensive leadership and board expertise, and Reda Rad's success in building a global advertising network all suggest Onar might be looking to expand its reach, refine its strategy, or perhaps signal a stronger focus on business development and market presence. The stock grants also indicate a move to incentivize long-term performance. This board refresh could be a precursor to some significant changes or new initiatives at Onar. It's worth keeping an eye on this company to see how these new directors influence its direction. Now, looking at these numbers and appointments more broadly, Onar appears to be making strategic moves to strengthen its board. The addition of individuals with diverse and significant experience in tech, finance, and global operations is a positive indicator. Scott Kaufman's extensive board experience, in particular, suggests a focus on good governance and strategic oversight. Mark Kazit's background in growing tech companies, especially in areas like SaaS and cross-border monitoring, could point towards a push into new markets or technologies for Onar. Radarod's expertise in advertising and marketing indicates a potential emphasis on brand building and customer engagement. The stock grants for the new directors act as a clear signal that the company wants them to be invested in its long-term success, aligning their incentives with shareholders. While this report doesn't contain detailed financial tables, these leadership changes are often the first step in a company's evolution, and they set the stage for future performance. The key takeaway is that Onar is proactively shaping its leadership to navigate future challenges and opportunities. Alright, that's our breakdown of Onar's latest filing. What's your take on these board changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.